The concept of home is universal: shelter, stability, dignity. And yet, in cities and towns around the world, having a safe, affordable place to live is increasingly treated as a privilege rather than a basic human right. From sprawling urban centers to rural communities, the housing crisis has reached a boiling point. Rents are skyrocketing, homeownership is slipping out of reach, and millions of people face the daily threat of eviction, homelessness, or displacement. The idea that affordable living is a luxury has taken root in political and economic systems designed to benefit developers, speculators, and landlords over working families, young people, and the most vulnerable. But shelter is not optional. Housing must be recognized and defended as a human right. The crisis is not new, but it is intensifying. In the United States alone, over half of all renters spend more than 30% of their income on housing. In many cities, the numbers are far worse. Meanwhile, wages have stagnated and the cost of living has surged. In countries across Europe, Canada, and parts of Asia, similar trends are playing out. Gentrification, speculation, and tourism-driven economies are squeezing out locals, while policies to ensure affordability lag behind demand. At the heart of the issue is a simple imbalance: the commodification of housing. When homes are treated as investment assets rather than places to live, markets behave accordingly. Developers prioritize luxury condos over starter homes. Foreign investors buy up entire neighborhoods, leaving units empty while local residents struggle to find shelter. Cities compete to attract high-income earners and tech hubs, driving up demand while failing to build enough supply. The result is a landscape where profit drives design and the working class is pushed to the margins. But housing is not a commodity. It is a cornerstone of human dignity. Without stable shelter, every other aspect of life, education, employment, health, community, is placed at risk. Children forced to change schools frequently due to evictions face setbacks in learning. Workers with long, expensive commutes due to lack of nearby affordable housing suffer in health and productivity. Seniors on fixed incomes are often priced out of the neighborhoods they helped build. The problem is systemic, but it is also solvable. First, we need to shift the cultural and political understanding of housing from luxury to necessity. This means enshrining housing as a human right in local, national, and international law, and backing that principle with concrete policies. Rent control, zoning reform, and tenant protections are essential first steps. Local governments must incentivize the construction of affordable units, not just market-rate developments, and invest in public housing that is well-maintained and widely available. Zoning laws, often relics of exclusionary policies, need to be modernized to allow for multifamily units, mixed-use developments, and accessory dwelling units, ADUs. Cities must embrace density in ways that preserve community character without pricing out long-time residents. Inclusionary zoning, requiring developers to include a percentage of affordable housing in new projects, can be a powerful tool when enforced consistently and backed by community input. Public investment is key. Governments should fund and build social housing on a scale not seen since the post-war era. Nonprofit and cooperative housing models offer sustainable alternatives to market-driven development. Community land trusts can help ensure long-term affordability and local control. These solutions are not theoretical. They are already working in places like Vienna, Singapore, and parts of Canada. What's lacking is political will. We must also address the role of financial speculation in housing markets. Vacancy taxes on unused properties, restrictions on corporate ownership of single-family homes, and limits on short-term rentals can help reduce artificial demand and keep housing available for residents, not investors. Transparency in ownership and stronger enforcement of housing codes can also curb exploitative practices by absentee landlords and slumlords. On a personal level, advocacy and awareness matter. Voting in local elections, supporting tenant unions, demanding housing justice from policymakers, and challenging harmful narratives about homelessness and poverty are all crucial acts. The myth that homelessness is a result of personal failure must be replaced by the truth. It is a systemic failure, exacerbated by neglect, greed, and indifference. The housing crisis is not inevitable. It is the product of choices about priorities, investments, and who deserves to live where. To reverse it, we must choose differently. We must design cities for people, not profits. We must build communities that are inclusive, resilient, and fair. And above all, we must insist that having a place to call home is not a luxury, but a right.